Hey team. Okay, so this is week 2 for our How to Develop Leaders and looking at how Jesus developed his leaders within his disciples and how that has trickled on throughout the years and the ages, even down to his current followers ourselves. So, last week we talked about vision and how important it is to cast vision for yourself, for your teammates, how Jesus would always tell his disciples who they're going to be and not looking at who they are currently. Um, so, I hope that you guys made time to um, talk with your downlines, talk with your teammates, and really speak life into their business, really help them see the big picture of where they are going with their business, and just really help them with vision casting and dreaming big and goals and speaking into their strengths and calling those out of them so that they can walk in those with confidence. Um, so this week we're going to talk about getting connected. But first I want to go over the most important things to do as you develop as a leader. Make sure that you're keeping these things in the forefront of your mind and passing them down to your fellow ambassadors. So make sure that you're creating your why for your business. Make sure that it's updated so that if my driving why was to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm now a stay-at-home mom, so my driving why is to continue to be a stay-at-home mom and to make money to start paying off my husband's school debt. So make sure that you're constantly evolving with your why and that you are making sure that it's in front of your face all the time. Also that you're setting your goals every month for your 1 month, your 3 month, your 6 month, and your 1 year goals. Where do you want to be by those by those time periods? What rank do you want to be at? How much income do you want to be making? Dream big. What is your ta-da? What is your big goal for those times? Um, Also, make sure that you're doing the high five. If you don't know what that is, search it on our team page. Um, Make sure that you know what that is and that your ambassadors know what it is. Um, Making sure that you are staying plugged into these challenges that I'm doing, that Jessica's doing, that your upline may or may not be doing. These are for you guys that you would grow and have the tools that you need to move forward in your business. And so that's all I got for you. Now we're going to go on to getting connected. So, getting connected. We see in the Gospels how Jesus was constantly pouring into his disciples, teaching them. Um, he was with them, daily and just living life, doing life with these people. He washed their feet. He had dinner with them. Um, he pursued them in the beginning, much like we pursue our dream team, our people. Jesus pursued his disciples and chose the 12 that were going to go forward with him, and that's what we do as ambassadors. We pursue the people that are on our heart that we think would be really great ambassadors or could really use the products for their life. Um, and so he does that with his disciples. He comforted his disciples. He just went through life with these people, and because of that, they loved him, they trusted him, they believed in him, and that's what you're wanting to do with your team. You don't ever want your team just to be a number, or it's so easy to get caught up in how do I get to my next rank. Well, I need 20 more people, so mosh mosh mosh. So just making sure that your people are people in your eyes, and that you're not just seeing them as numbers or a means to an end. So, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If you're not conveying to people that you care about their health, that you care about their wealth, and beyond that, that there's an actual relationship going on. I hope you guys always know that I'm praying for y'all, that if you need any kind of personal camaraderie, that I am here for you guys, that, I have my own life going on outside of Plexus, but I'm here for y'all, and if you ever need specific prayers for anything, I would love to pray with you. But just knowing that you want to do life with them and not just build a business with them will make a huge, huge difference in how willing they are to stick with it and to trust you and grow with you. So just keeping that in mind is super important. Also, this past conference, the theme was One Plexus. So the idea was we're all in this together. Whether or not we're on the same team, like we're all on Team Plexus Provision, but really we're all one Plexus. So just keeping that in mind too, like when you see other Plexus ambassadors out and about, or even if they're not on your team, just encouraging them. Y'all, it can be hard sometimes. People are just rude and don't understand. And so, encouraging the people that are around you. I had several friends, not several, I had a few friends that when I first got started, I talked to them about joining Plexus. And they had already been talking to someone else. And even though they wanted to join my team, went ahead and joined the other person's team. Well, then, I went Fast Start Gold, so they were like, well, how are you doing this? What's the secret? And so they started calling me and asking for advice. And at first, I'm going to be honest, it annoyed me a little bit. 'Cause it's like, why didn't you join my team? But then I got over myself and realized, like, hey, these are my friends first. Like, always keeping that in mind, that whether or not people try the products, or if they do try them and then they decide that it doesn't work for them, or they're just not into the business side of it, whatever, always keep in mind that they're your friends or your family first. They're not a customer first. They're not an ambassador first. They're in relationship with you first, and that's what matters. But so these people would call me and ask, how are you doing this? Like, what could I do personally to change and develop my business and grow it? And so I would just spend an hour or two on the phone talking to these people that weren't on my team, on someone else's team, so it didn't benefit me at all, but I knew that it would benefit them if they would take the advice and run with it. So because I loved them and I was in a relationship with them, and we are one Plexus, we're not competing with each other, we're in it together. I got to grow with them, and we still get to encourage each other, and when it gets hard and people suck, we get to cheer each other on and stick it to the man. So we also want to make sure that you are hooking your teammates up with your other teammates. And like, I always want you guys to add each other on Facebook, because like I said, it's super hard. And Facebook has this thing to where if like whenever someone likes or comments on a status, the more it's going to be shown in the news feed. And so every time that you support a fellow ambassador, whether they're on your team or not, then, you're helping their business out by just boosting it up into the news feed. So, guys, add each other on Facebook. I've been so proud of y'all with how connected you have been and how you've just clung to each other and encouraged each other. I'm just so thankful for that, because one, people want to belong. And that's why, like, you see so many broken youths going into gangs and stuff today, is because they want to belong. They want to have a family. They want to be in relationship with people. You know, God looked at man and said, it's not good for him to be alone, and so he created Eve. And that's how we all are. It's not good for any of us to be alone. We were created to be in relationship with God and in relationship with others. And so everybody wants that feeling that they're a part of something bigger than themselves, and that they're just a part of a community. So making sure that you are plugging yourself in, and that you're plugging your teammates in, is going to make a huge difference in both of your businesses. But especially as a leader, like, you want to make sure that you are stepping up, even if it's like, I'm an introvert by trade, so it's really uncomfortable for me to reach out to someone and, you know, make the first move or initiate anything. I'm not a pursuer. So that's really hard for me, but I know that as a leader, that people are waiting for me to initiate, to make the first move, unless they're just crazy extroverted and don't care. So, I mean, I highly encourage that if you're a leader, which if you have one customer or one ambassador, you are a leader, that you are hooking them up with other teammates in your downline, or that you're hooking them up with people on our Team Plexus Passion page, so that you guys can encourage each other on this. And as you rank up and get your promotions, that you're cheering each other on. Guys, it's going to be so cool. Next summer, we're going to have our convention. We won't know the actual place or details of it until after Leaders Retreat, but it's going to be so cool, because I'm going to get to meet so many of you that I haven't gotten to meet in person yet, because we're all going to go together. Anyways, so I want you to build relationships, and I know it can be uncomfortable, but as a leader, that's what's required of you. So making sure that your team is hooked up with each other, and making sure that your team is also, let me backtrack a little bit. That's what's important about building your own team page. Once you get past silver, if you're still building your business, I want you to seriously consider making your own team page outside of my Team Plexus Passion page, because my page is constantly growing, which is great, and I'm so excited. I love you guys and your, you know, hardcore work ethic, but it's easy for your teammates and your downline of ambassadors to get lost on my team page as it continues to grow. So I want to encourage you guys to make your own team pages, and it also helps you as a leader if you're having to come up with material and make videos, or just constantly having to teach people and challenge people and encourage people. It takes it to a whole new level for you as a leader to have your own team page. So just start thinking about that, start praying about it. Of course, you don't have to, you don't ever have to make your own team page. It's not a requirement, but I do believe that it's beneficial. So for you as the leader and for your downline to see you, they start to look at you more as their leader rather than looking to me as their leader. And so think about that, but also make sure that they are added to my Team Plexus Passion page, that they are added to Angie's Ripple Effect page, and Jessica's Plexus Provision page. If they are hardcore, want to be diamond in a year, whatever, let me know, and we can add them to other Plexus pages if they're just wanting tons and tons of resources and information. There are other great upline pages that we can add them to if they want it. Also making sure that they are added to the health testimony pages, Plexus Journeys and Life-Changing Plexus Testimonies. They need to be a part of both of those. And backtrack again, on the team pages, make sure, well, on my team page, make sure that you are introducing them, that you are tagging them in the pinned calls that teach them how to post on Facebook, because that is the #1 step on training your ambassadors on what to do now that they are an ambassador. That they know how to change their backup order in their back office. That is huge, you guys. Huge. I don't care if they or just want the wholesale, they never plan on selling, or they plan on being a diamond in a year. I don't care what their situation is, but they need to know how to change their backup order. If they don't know how to do it, that's going to completely screw them up next month, because they're going to get whatever auto shipment was chosen when they joined as an ambassador. So make sure that they change that and know how to, and tag them in posts. I mean, whatever you have found helpful in creating your business and growing it, tag your teammates in those things. Equip them with the information that they need that's going to help them continue to grow. So I think that's all. If I forgot something, I'll leave it in comments on a video, because I think that I might have forgotten something. But anyways, love you guys. Praying for y'all. Get connected.